Gather around. I think this video is important that I'm about to do here. I'm gonna teach you how to deal with the police and not get put in jail or get your property taken or get your money ripped off in the form of a ticket or fine, unless you are actually caught breaking a so-called law. I mean, I can't help you there, but if you're innocent, this is as good as it gets as far as how to stay out of trouble, so-called. I recommend you share this with your children too. I think you should show, if you have children over 5 years old, I think you should show this video to them. Now I'm just getting Miranda warning. If you don't know what this is based on your so-called Fifth Amendment right. I don't know if you ever read the Constitution. Most people haven't, but I recommend you do. Just go and get a copy of it and just read it. It's boring, but read it because it's important, because it's about you. It's the Constitution and the so-called basis of the United States corporation that we're under, called government. Now, you have the right to remain silent. You see it's in all capital letters and bigger print than the rest of the numbers, because that's utmost important. When you're dealing with the police, do not talk. All you have to do is present them a valid government identification. That's it. If you're walking down the street and the cops stop you and ask you questions, you show them your ID and show them who you are. You don't have to answer any questions at all whatsoever. You see, number 5 says you can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Let me tell you why. You're riding in your car, right? This is how I do, not how you do. When I'm in my car, cop flashes lights on me, pull me over, walk up to the car. I already have, before he get out his car, I already got my license, registration, and insurance in my hand, the window cracked, and I'm hanging it out the window for him to take, because I don't have nothing to talk about with this person. He's interrupting my day, and I'm quite upset already, so I'm not going to talk to him. Plus, I have the right to. You see, he cannot lock you up for not speaking, all right? Even if he do, go ahead. He was going to do it anyway. So, he asked me, hey, how you doing? My hand's on the steering wheel. I'm looking straight ahead. I don't even acknowledge the police. I don't even look at his face. I don't care about his badge number, none of that. I'm looking straight ahead. He asked me, you know why I pulled you over? I just sit there, hands on the steering wheel, looking straight ahead. All right, you don't want to talk? You don't have anything to say? I just have my hands on the steering wheel, looking straight ahead. All right, I'll be right back. I go to his car. See, get on his little laptop. He's on his microphone talking to somebody. Then a few minutes later, he come back. All right, sir, have a nice day. Now, some of you might not believe me. You might be like, nah, you a nigga, you black, you ain't gonna get treated like that. Nah, they gonna rough you up. They gonna write you ticket. They gonna do something. They gonna violate your rights. All right, the reason they don't bother me is because they know that I know. Just my silence alone is indicative or indicating that I know what I'm not supposed to do, which is volunteer information to these fucking thieves. Okay? This get me upset because I'm thinking about all of the people who argue with me every time I explain this to them. That's why I chose to do it in video form, so they can't argue. They can argue with the video all they like. They're not going to argue with me. I just refer people to this video now. That's part of the reason I do these things, so I don't have to talk. When I used to have conversations with the police, whether I was polite or whether I got angry, I either ended up losing something like my car, or I would get tickets, summoned to court. And one time I ended up in jail. Several times I ended up in the backseat of the car, handcuffed. And then they let me out. But one time I actually went to jail and got charged with assault on a police officer and charged with resisting arrest and falsely charged with DUI. I blew into a breathalyzer and they said, I'm just going to say that you refused to take it. You see, so once you get entangled, it's your ass. So right or wrong. So don't get in a situation with them. Don't talk to these motherfuckers, man. For real. Okay. Now, I'll just walk you through some images of people, black, white, whatever, who obviously don't know nothing about being silent. So I gave you an example about when you get stopped in your car, what to do. Just don't talk. Just hand them license, registration, insurance. Now, if you don't have registration insurance, don't start talking about racism. That's your ass. I can't help you with that. Now, let's say you were driving around at 3:30 in the morning. 33. Looking at these Masons making me think of 33. So you You're riding around at 3:30 in the morning. Cops stop you. Hey, what you doing around here at this hour? You grown. You can do what the fuck you want. But they gonna make you feel inferior. So they gonna make you into a childlike state. Now you gonna start bitching up saying, "Oh, I was just down on Main Street in Fifth. Oh, you're under arrest. You had a right to me. Well, what did I do? Dummy, somebody got shot on 5th in Maine about 5 minutes ago in a car that looked exactly like yours. You are now a murder suspect, buddy. Get your ass out this car before we blow your head off." Now, you might say that's reaching, but it happened to people before. And this is not me making this up. I got this information from the police. Okay, I watched a video a couple years ago by a retired police officer, retired sheriff, and he gave up all this info. He said, don't do that. Don't talk to the police. Everything I'm telling you, he said to do. And ever since I did it, I never, ever, ever got a ticket ever the fuck again. Okay? Because I keep my paperwork so-called in order. And that's just what you got to do if you want to dwell in this society. I mean, you go live in a jungle until they cut that jungle down and put a society on it. But until then, you bound by this or just die. All right? That's just the way it is. I can't help you with that. One man can't break the system alone. So you can look up this information. It's not hard to find. And I also recommend if you know any police, go talk to them. Go ask them what they think about what I just said. Ask them if a police stop you, should you just give them the license, registration, insurance, and don't say a word. Don't answer none of your questions. I bet you're going to say, yeah, that is a good move. At least they don't have anything to use against you. That's what they're going to say. Because I asked police. I know a retired cop. And I have several police that I interact with in my life, in my comings and goings. And I asked a couple of them the same thing, and they all told me the same thing. Like, yeah, you don't have to say nothing. You identify yourself. That's your only obligation according to the law. Boom, done. All right. Can y'all do that? I doubt it, because most of y'all got something to prove. Most of y'all can't be still and be silent for 10 seconds, let alone with the police on you. Because y'all want to end up like this. This is what y'all want right here. This is what you're looking for. This is what you want. You see these people walk around with guns and German wolves, and you want to sit up here and act like you can reason with these people. You can't talk to these people. Look at this. Look at them smiling. Look what they doing to this man. They happy. You think you could talk to these people? You think you could reason? Look at this. They burn down. Look, when police want something done, this is how they do it. They burn down your whole neighborhood. This is in Philadelphia, back in the 80s. Look at this. Look at the whole neighborhood they burnt down. Look at all these houses. This is almost 2 square blocks where the police burned it down. This is what it looked like after they cleared away the mess. Look at all that. That's 2 square blocks. Look at this. This could have been your house. The police tell you get out your house, evacuate, and then you come back and it's all you got. You would be stupid to even go in there and try to find anything. You better just walk away from this, because you're just going to distress yourself. Look at this. This was back in the 80s. I was alive when this happened. This was not long ago. And look at this. Capitol home remodeling. Ain't remodeling shit after this. And check this out. The move bombing. Okay, this is what police do. They bomb people and destroy houses. On May 13, 1985, at 6221 Osage Avenue, an armed conflict occurred between the Philadelphia Police Department and MOVE members. You should look up MOVE. There's a group of people who decided they was going to just say fuck the law. And this is what they got. And the people around them paid for it also. A Pennsylvania State Police helicopter dropped a bomb on MOVE's house. An uncontrolled fire killed 11 MOVE members, including 5 children, and destroyed 61 homes. So I'm going to ask you again, are the police your friend? Do you have any business talking to the police? When the police stop you, what's your only obligation? Identify yourself. And then to your children. Now, if you got children, this is what you need to be telling your children. Okay? We're going to get into this real quick. Now, this is the only thing you need to be telling your children to say to police. Because children don't have government ID, obviously. If your child is under 18, you don't have a government ID. The only thing they have to say to the police is their name, their mother and father's name, and their mother and father's phone number, so they can contact the mother and father and deal with them. Teach your children this. Coach them on this. Practice this with your children. I'm going to give you an example. Let's say mommy's riding around in her car and the police stop her. And the police say, "Ma'am, do you have any guns or drugs in the car?" And then your big mouth little fucking 6-year-old open up, "My mommy got a gun in her bag." Do I need to explain what's going to happen after that? Teach your children to shut their motherfucking mouth around police. Train them in exercises where you teach them that the only thing they say to the police is their name, their mother and father's name, and their mother and father's phone number. Don't even tell them how old you are. Don't tell them where you live. Don't tell them anything other than mother and father's name and mother and father's phone number in their own name. That's it. Now, if you don't believe me, just keep doing things the way you've been doing them. Keep paying the tickets you've been paying. Keep paying the bail you've been paying. Keep fighting the charges that they throw on you that you know you didn't deserve, but you did because you don't know the game. In 2015, 3 arrested in California for operating a 3,000-year-old Masonic police department. 33 all day. Anything to do with the police is 33. It was a plot to rival Foucault's pendulum. That's Masonic pendulum. 3 people, 3,000-year-old jurisdiction over 33 states and Mexico. Need I say more? Come on, let's get into this. So 3 people, Brandon Kill, David Henry, Tonette Hayes, apparently 2 males and a female, were arrested on suspicion of impersonating officers as members of an organization they call Masonic Fraternal Police Department. Okie doke. So read that. I don't gotta read it, you read it. Now, this is the part that got me. Brandon Keel gave me a business card from the Department of Justice showing he worked out of Kamala Harris's office. That really raised red flags for me. Now, this was in 2015. 6 years later, this motherfucking Kamala Harris is the vice president. You think this is a game? Right here. Don't ever do this. This is called taking an oath. I'm going to tell you a story. One time I was in court. They came up to me and said, "Do you swear to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help God," with the Bible? And I said, "No." Bailiff looked up at the judge like, "What the hell?" He just said no. And looked back at me. And then he said, "Well, do you affirm to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you?" I said, "No." Bailiff looked confused. Bailiff totally lost now. Look up the judge. Then he looked at me. I said, "I will say anything I have to get out this situation." So basically, I told him I will lie. Therefore, I cannot be charged with perjury because I never took the oath. See, perjury is lying under oath. Don't take the oath. You can't break an oath if you didn't take the oath. Get it? You oath. All right? So I can lie in court all I want because I never promised this to. They need to swear oath to me. What the fuck? So you don't think the police is Freemasons, huh? You still think it's just a big old fucking conspiracy, right? You see the checkerboard on his hat. See the checkerboard on his little lapel, little ribbon. So you got all these ribbons on him. Ribbon is 33. Oh, Freemasons, Queensland. Queensland Freemasons awarded Australian blah blah blah. You think it's a game. I'm gonna just show you real fast. Think it's a game. Go ahead. It's a game, though. It's a game. Go ahead, just look at it. All right. This is the Fraternal Order of Police insignia. You see the eye. You see the handshake. You see the castle. You see the eagles. You see the checkerboard. You see the Latin language. You see this? This the same star that's on the flag of Morocco, you fake ass Moorish Americans so love. That's how you know they all Masons. Oh, and this is one of the guys who was involved in that fake police station. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this gold. This is the same necklace Eddie Murphy had on in Coming to America Part 1 and 2. You see? Don't think you got no friends in the police department. Police not your friends. Look, fire department, police, EMS. Come on. Get it together, people. I'm going to do another video on this. We ain't even going to do this one today. You just need to just see it. Coming soon.